Hello, I'm Shanna, and we're going to play What Remains of Edith Finch. Here we go. Alright. Edith Finch.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay, starting at the beginning. Ooh, and what a house.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Well, still a lot of rooms.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Right.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
It worked.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Well, hello. Goodbye. Oh, this is a long walkway.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
That house, oh my goodness. It is spooky.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Oh, it's spooky? Clearly
Now,
violating
as a
building code?
17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Oh. Sound like words you already said, but there you go.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
No. Maybe there's a back door. I would just bust in one of these windows. It's your house. Or at my house. Mom didn't leave a garage door opener in her will. Ooh, a ramp. Yeah, there's missing posters. I don't know what on earth this thing wants me to do. Break this window? No, I can't pick that up. I can't open this door. I already looked through that. That's it. That's the end of the game. Thanks for tuning in. Who is missing? Milton Finch. Okay, well, I mean, this is not a good start. Oh. Here we go.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
But, yeah.
The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Mm-hmm.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Well, that is for Eddie.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Oh, not Eddie, Edie.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
All right. Ooh. Oh.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
It's weird when somebody tells you to stay out of the basement.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed
talking.
up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
From what I understand, the point of this game is to figure out what happened.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Okay.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Why did you leave?
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking she was taking the whole thing pretty well, but she also had a bathroom with shag carpeting, so things were not normal here. Also, was that Gregory's bedroom? What?
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Oh, Edie. Edith C. Was that obvious to everyone else? I don't know.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Oh. It's creepy.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Ooh.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Controls are a little bit weird, but you get used to them.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Okay, that's it. I ate. Oh, Mommy.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, no. Molly.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Oh, Molly.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
Oh, yeah. This is a child's diary. Doesn't have to be
I
accurate.
tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Getcha.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Where is she? No worry.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up.
Oh, oh,
And suddenly, I was an owl.
oh, phew.
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
Oh. Rabbits. I'm gonna get you, rabbits. Oh.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Something bigger than a rabbit.
A mama rabbit.
Oh. Oh, I missed. Where'd you go, Mama Rabbit? There you are.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. But suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh. Of course. Come on. Come on. Just gotta get to the water. There we go.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Where'd you go?
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
I'm starting to worry about Molly.
I grabbed on tight. I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What am I? Oh, gross.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
There we go. sound?
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Shut up.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I swam something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
I don't know many good smells from old pipes. Oh.
I got closer and closer.
Wait a second. This is my room.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
That's spooky.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum.
Hey, it's you again.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
I mean,
Odin's
not
daughter
what he
Edie,
expected.
with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
That's it. Oh. Did I put it down? Hey. There we go.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
From the first guy who thought it was a good idea to sail with his house.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh, it's a gross bathroom. Oh, a gross bathroom. They're all shag carpeted.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Cool.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Oh yes, the grandpa and his dead brother.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
No.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Oh dear.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
What? Okay.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Jeez.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. He made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh. Well, that's
Calvin's
sad.
story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, that brought back all those memories of the swing set at the park and just getting so high, thump.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
It's so clever. Sorry.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Oh, Barbara's room.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
He wants to bet this story's gonna be sad.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe.
Oh.
I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.